Hello, my name's Milan. In this video, I'm going to show you how Vush transformed their emails from spammy 30% off messages to something that's value-packed and informative in every message that their audience now loves. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what Vush did. I'm going to give you specific examples, difference before and after the messages. And at the end, I'm going to show you how you can do this yourself. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, Vush as a brand, they are one of the largest sexual wellness companies in Australia. Their mission is to transform the perception of vibrators. Now, if you think about just the word vibrators, you're probably feeling a bit embarrassed, and that's the general perception of it. It's something that's hidden away in the shadows. It's taboo. Women to buy a vibrator would have to go into a shady looking shop, hide their faces with a hoodie on, and keep it all private, and they'd just be very embarrassed about the whole matter. But Vush, it's their mission to basically transform this into something that shouldn't be, rather than something to be ashamed of, should be something that is a wellness device. It brings pleasure, it brings wellness, it brings self-care, and it's a tool for wellness, essentially. And that's the perception shift that they're trying to achieve. The challenge with this is, with their email marketing, that's not what they were doing. So before, they were the leading business brand, or that's where they were. And the thing is with their emails, they're constantly sending 30% off codes, 40% off codes, 20% off codes. Every campaign had some kind of incentive that was just hammering people with deals. And that does a few things that's very bad. One, if you're constantly giving discounts, so you're constantly giving 20% off, your customers are going to expect 20% off with every email, or they're just going to always expect 20% off, and it's not going to work. Number two, it cheapens the brand. So they're the leading brand in Australia for sexual wellness or vibrators. If you're constantly giving deals, that's going to feel like something cheap. So not good. Third thing is there's no variety to their emails outside of that. It was just deal, 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 deal. There's no valuable information. There's no reason for anyone to just click on an email and open it and actually read what's there. And, with those three, if you're a cheap product and no one's interested in your products anymore, and you're always giving sales, you're not changing any perceptions for vibrators. Like, it's still going to be something that's shady. It's going to be associated with, shady direct response type marketing stuff that you call up and purchase. It's just, they're not changing perceptions. So where they're going to go is they lose brand value and it continues to be a seedy product. Now, in terms of what they do now, their customers open their emails because it's from Vush. They don't care. It's not about the subject line or the 20% off code. If they see Vush, they will open the email. And that's because they started sending informative messages, or we've helped them start sending informative messages that are actually valuable and entertaining to read. People want to read them. Number two, sales now work a lot better. So during Black Friday, as an example, they exceeded their sales target by 40%. Now that's amazing for a brand like Vush because they've been in business for a while. They know how much they're going to make on Black Friday. So if you exceed expectations, that's really insane. And that's because we've increased the value of sales now for this brand. Third thing is they haven't cheapened their brand anymore. It's now a premium product, and they are still pioneers in the market rather than losing their share to some other competitor. So I'm going to show you exact specific examples of how we did this in Figma. So this is their old campaigns that they had. When we started working with them, this is kind of our board that we had to use for inspiration for their emails. You can see that they're stylish, they look good, but if you actually read in, this is, use code 15% off or $15 off, 30% off here, 35% off, 30% off pop collection. It's all just deals, deals, deals. You scroll down here, this 30% off, 30% off, 30% off. This is not something that screams premium brand. This is not Pioneer. It's kind of cheap, to be honest. So how we've transformed this is focusing on informative content. This is going to get a bit crass. I apologize, but it's just the nature of the business. now we focus on actually sending informational content. So what are specific elements of the product? I don't want to zoom in too much because it is a bit, I'll zoom in. You make diagrams like this, actually explain different elements of the product. Someone who hasn't purchased is going to find this actually very useful. Make it entertaining. So most women know what Hinge is. Most people know what Hinge is. It's one of the best dating apps. So we make an email in a Hinge style. Like this is a Hinge profile. Talks about its hobbies, what it can do, prompt responses for each of the products. More diagrams, more information. I won't really zoom in too much on this, but this is all information that the audience is going to find interesting. This has some information on how this is actually good for you. People might not know this. So if you read this and you find that as helpful information, it tells you something you didn't know already with an actual interesting fact, you're gonna feel incentivized to open future emails you receive from them. Here, I won't zoom in too much again. I know I've said that a few times, but you can see here we've got how do you do this thing, and we've got step 1 on how to do it, step 2 on how to do it. Click here for more, and that leads to a blog post on their website. And on their website, once they're on the site, they're more likely to make a purchase. So just using things like this, sending more valuable content, that's how we got all of these benefits that we were talking about here. So how can you do this? I've spoken a lot about them without giving you any clear direction. I'm going to explain to you now. 1, you need to write down ideas. Now, to make better campaigns, the hardest part of making campaigns is coming up with good ideas. So to make better campaigns and have better ideas, you need to be more creative. Now, how do you be more creative? I'm going to share with you the secret sauce. Creativity comes when you set yourself limits. So for example, if you set yourself 9 minutes, you give yourself 9 minutes to come up with 9 ideas under these specific buckets: information about a product, interesting ways to use your product, interesting stories, social proof tips, all of these, and you make this list. Within those constraints, you will come up with 9 ideas. So I want you to go ahead and think about this. Here's a quick example I can come up with. This is a product from one of our clients. It's a linen spray. And basically, it's got natural ingredients. You spray it on your bed, makes it smell nice, keeps it clean, etc. Information about a product, just tell people about this. Interesting ways to use your product. Now, this is something that goes on your mattress to your bed, but you can also spray it on linen. You can spray it on any kind of clothing item. An interesting way is you can actually spray it into your shoes because your shoes smell and this smells nice, and you spray this in, your shoes don't smell so bad anymore. It's a very interesting use case. And that's information you might have as a brand owner or marketing manager. Your customers haven't really thought of this. Interesting stories, tips, creative fun emails, all of this stuff. Set yourself 9 minutes, come up with 1 idea for each of these, and you've given yourself 9 ideas that you can send next month. And in terms of making them, at the beginning of the week, just set aside 1 to 2 hours and make 2 campaigns for that week from 2 of those ideas. So let's say it's March now. For April, I brainstorm in the next 10 minutes or the next 15 minutes. You set aside 9 minutes, come up with 9 ideas. Then you schedule in your calendar 2-hour blocks so that in the beginning of each week of April, you will make 2 campaigns. And you do that every week, and then you've just basically created more engaging, more informative, better emails for your brand. All right, that's the end of this video. If you want more helpful tips and tricks to position yourself as a premium product or just generate more sales from emails or with better retention, we have a free newsletter called theretentionnewsletter.com where we share tips to help you do that. So please join that. If you want a proven team to essentially give you a bit more guidance or run this entire thing for you, you can book a free audit with our team and we can have a chat to see how we could help. So thanks for watching again, and have a beautiful day. See ya.